Yeah. Hey, hello. Yours truly, Diva Lyri. I was just trying to wait to see if we were going to get rid of that echo. I was just trying to wait to see if we were going to get rid of that echo. Uh, uh, ain't doing anything. All right, all right, all right. Give me 1 second as we get up. All right, so the audio is good. Let's see. We're going to add a camera. We're going to add a camera over here. All right, add a camera. And the camera is, let's do this. I'm going to do that one right there. Yeah. we're just going to add that. And then we're going to hide that. So we don't need it. Don't want it, but somebody's forcing me to have it. And now I'm going to go live. No, everything's not. No, everything's good. That's my tech guy. Everything good? Well, more or less. All right, so we're getting set up. I'm going live now on TikTok because I'd like to have a TikTok people in this thing. Today's session. All right, today we're dealing with 2024. 2024, and we are doing a little recap. I'll tell you this. 2024 was a very, very, very good year for me. All right, UNA Republic. And so I got to give thanks. I'm giving thanks to the universe, all of our students, members, clients, friends, associates, and supporters. Thank you. I'm so grateful. We had a wonderful year. I kind of want to recap on some things. And also this evening, I do want to get into the fifth, sixth, and seventh dimension. All right. Fifth, sixth, and seventh dimension. I kind of want to go into that. I was hearing some things that, kind of made me want to go into what exactly that fifth, sixth, and seventh dimension is. I heard someone speaking on the fourth dimension. And so I kind of want to capture or hit that a little bit, what's going on when you hear people speak about the fourth dimension and what it is. All right. I want to welcome everybody into the house. Neek, King James, JTR, welcome, and welcome. All right. So I want to thank you for coming into the house. All my people in YouTube. How can I see my YouTube? It's so unfortunate. I need 10 screens in here. 10. Let's see. Where is my... Because I got to flip back and forth between YouTube and TikTok. All right, so we're going to get into some things tonight. I am going into that fifth, sixth, seventh dimension. Also diving a little bit into the fourth dimension, some of the things that we've heard of. By the way, if there's anything that you all want me to talk about, let me know. I'd love to hear from you. Hopefully, you all know I'm coming back from a suspension on TikTok. All right. So we were suspended on TikTok. We should be back up and running, hopefully. And hopefully today I can speak about, or the topics that I speak about, they don't get tagged or flagged such that somebody feels intimidated by them. But we are going to go into, fifth, sixth, and seventh dimension. Want to go into some other topics that I've been hearing people speak on as far as what the truth is and all of that. Just want to recap on some of the bigger sessions that we've had this season. And just want to welcome everybody who has come in and met us this season and allowed us to give you information. All right. Whether, some people who might have been upset by some information that we have given. But for those of y'all who have allowed us to give you this information and shared it, we sure do appreciate you. All right. So I'm yours truly, Diva Lyri, representing for UNA Republic and UNA University. Welcome. Glad to have you here. We are headed into 2025. And as the topic says, 2024 was a great year for me, and I hope it was for you too. Want to make sure I go into some things before I dive into the topic for today. For those of y'all who have wanted a membership with UNA, I encourage you to get on in here and get this membership, okay? We've got the Awakened membership. This is for our people who are looking forward to being a part of the UNA University, want to get you inclined What we do with this particular package is $10 a month. We're going to have a weekly inspirational text. So you're going to get 2 texts on the same day once a week, okay? And it's dealing with that spiritual side. That's where everything starts, all right? Everything starts with the spiritual side. Also, if you need any consultations, you get a discounted consultation with this membership. Once again, this is $10 a month. Then we have the Transcendence, all right? In this package, this is a $30 a month package, all right? And this, once again, you're going to get actually two days out of the week. We're going to send you inspirational messages, all right, in the morning and in the evening. We're also going to have a personalized audio for you. You're going to have access to a pre-recorded private session. So some of the sessions that we do in the private, you're going to be able to access those with this package. It's $30 a month. And you're going to get discounted consultations should you need a consultation. All right. Then we have our luminosity, all right, in this package. This one's actually $100. All right. We have a new package. This one is $100. You're going to get the 2 weekly texts. You're going to get 2 weekly Zooms. All right. So actually, we're inviting you to our Monday Zooms. We're inviting you in so you can sit in on that class. This is also going to have any kind of assistance you need when we're talking about legal issues. Also, you're going to have access to certain of our archives so that you can see them. All right, 2 per month. This is a $100 a month package. This is for those of you all who are looking to transition into the university. All right, you got to get your feet wet. That's a good package for you. So that's our membership packages. Also, for those of y'all who are wanting the membership trust, all right, this package right here, you can find these links in the bio. We have a link tree in the description as well for my people on YouTube. Okay, so this comes with your trust documents, which is what you see here. All right, they're sealed. Also, it comes with your membership badge. Also, your allodial ID, which on the back is going to also allow you quick access to your trust whenever you need it. All right. So once again, you can get that membership trust. Find that link in the bio or the description. Don't forget, we do have the UNA Beginner Law Book. I told you how powerful these things are. If I'm going into court, I'm taking this with me, right? Why? Because it's got my universal laws, it's got my hierarchy of laws, it's got my maxims of law, all 200 and something of them. All right, it goes into what the importance is of these particular laws that we talk about. If you choose to get the physical version, all right, you're going to get a copy of the hierarchy of law chart. This is one of our new charts, the civilization chart and the social totem pole, a societal totem pole. Also, you're going to get the vibratory frequency chart and the universal laws chart. Now, we put these in the book, in the package, because we want you to put these up on your mirror, on your walls, all right? So that you get these things in you. They become a part of you. All right, so this is the beginner law book. If you want the physical copy, it comes with all of those documents, okay? So let's get into this 2024. We are headed into 2025. Again, I just hope that you had a wonderful year like we did here with UNA. I am so grateful to, once again, all of our members, students, clients, associates, supporters. We've had a wonderful year in the UNA University. And so listen, all of us, we're going to a next level. And I've talked to you all several times about walking in this new dimension and what we need to do in order to walk in this new dimension. Now, let's recap on some things that we've done this year. One of our biggest sessions was that Morocco, one of them, Morocco, where we said America is not Morocco. And I had a lot of my Moors get upset with me, but that's all right. I love you. But this is the facts, all right? This is North America, is not Morocco. And we talked about what happens when you keep saying that and somebody's getting you to say things that you shouldn't say. Another big topic was the Caitlin Clark and what's going on with her in the WNBA and how the WNBA was on the rise. So mixed in there, and I want to make sure I make a point of this. My purpose here is to give the facts, all right, on the spiritual side and stay on the spiritual side. Now, I found myself getting involved in the WNBA because I really was taken by what I was seeing by Caitlin Clark and what she was doing on the court and the way she was handling herself, which was very mature. I don't know. I know for me, I don't think I would have been able to take the type of abuse that she endured and handle it with so much maturity. She really did a great job on that. So it was kind of hard not to like her, especially when you saw all that happened. And then the whole, everything blew up with the Time magazine thing. And I went into what was going on with that situation, and I still stand on that. As this season, we come into the next year and we see what's going on with that the next season, it will be hard. And I got to be honest, it's going to be hard for me to stay away. It's going to be hard for me. But I when you see and you know better, well, you got to do better. So for me, I'm going to have to back off. But I do wish her and her team and all of the league the success that it deserves. I just said it like that, the success that it deserves. So I want to get into some things. I talked about the 5th, 6th, and 7th dimension. I want to go into that. Also, I want to go into something else that I kept hearing. It came up with this whole Caitlin Clark issue. So I want to talk about this. As I said, my purpose here is to state what the facts are. Okay. And I understand that I can put out facts and you can go and read them and look them up, but everybody's going to have their own quote unquote truth. Now, I need to say this because there's been people regurgitating this. And I need to make a point on it. All right. So there is the saying that I keep hearing people regurgitating is there isn't her truth or their truth. There is just the truth. And that's not true. I need to make that point. All right. And let's understand why. When we're looking at the child that says they can't and the child that says they can, and you ask the question, which one of them is right? Well, the truth is they're both right. Both of them have their truth. So if you've got, for example, let's take, since we were on basketball, you got these two little girls, and one of those little girls is saying, I'm going to be a famous basketball player when I grow up. And she's put that in her mind, and she believes that. And every vessel and every cell within her vessel is working towards her being exactly what she's put in her mind. But you got this other little girl over here says, well, nah, that can't happen. That's not going to never happen because there's not a national team that's going to give you the ability to be able to be rich and famous as a basketball player to where people want to watch you. She's right. She's right when she says I can. And this one over here that says I can't, they're both right. So when you're talking about what the truth is, they both told the truth. So when people are saying it's not her truth or his truth or it's the truth, there is no truth. There's just facts. And then however someone decides to take those facts and incorporate them into their lives, then they're telling their truth. So that's going to lead us into what I'm speaking about when we're talking about the 4th, 5th, 6th dimension. All right. excuse me. So I want to go into that when we're talking about people's truths. Now, I need to get into this when we're talking about a truth, because I spoke about how we're walking in a new dimension. And it's important to understand that whatever dimension you're walking into, it has to do with your mindset. That's very important. Why? We're at the time now where you're going to be standing side by side, just like these two, like those two little girls. They're standing side by side, and they're going to have different reactions or a totally different response to their environment. Totally different. Just like this one says, I can be all of that. This basketball player, and this one over here says, I can't. They're in the same, they're standing right next to each other. But they're going to have two totally opposite reactions or two totally opposite worlds going on, and they're standing right there next to each other. I need this to be made clear. Whatever you have put into your mind, whatever your beliefs are that you've put here, that is what's going to determine what your third dimension looks like. Okay. And so when we recognize that and we understand that, then what our truth is going to be different than somebody else's truth who's standing right next to you. I've been here before. Like I had, there was an acquaintance of mine, and he always complained about, well, you know, we go in the grocery store, it's not no food in the grocery store. And he was in a different state, like a different state of whatever. And he would say that, and I'm on the phone with him, and I happened to be in the grocery store while he's saying that. And so I just started taking pictures while I was in the grocery store. He was like, they just push all the food to the front of the shelves in the grocery store. All the food is gone, Diva. Okay. And I took pictures, and I went down different aisles, and I'm looking, and I'm taking it to the side because I want to show you that no, it's just my aisles are full. We got food over here. I don't know what you're experiencing, but we're not going to starve up here. And the deal is, in his mind, he has made it this. And so that's all he's seeing. And again, we're going to have totally different experience. He's having this experience, well, I don't have any money. They starving us. They keeping the money from us. We can't get the money. Meanwhile, again, I'm having the best year of my life because I got a different mindset. And so I'm going into this whole dimension thing so that we can be clear about the fact that you're going to be standing right next to somebody else. And if you allow their mentality to infiltrate your mentality, then you're going to be living the same hell that they're living. And we don't need to do that. Again, it's all about your mindset and keeping your energies right. That's why we talk about, we're going to go into all of those that we've talked about this season, and understanding why it's important, first of all, that you keep your mindset right, and that the people that you're around, they're in the right mindset. Otherwise, you're going to be living in hell with them. We don't want to live in hell with them. All right, so I'm going to get into this thing. I do have a visual aid, a couple of them, that I do want to show. I want to welcome everybody, all my YouTube people. I hope you all had a great holiday. And we're going to bring this new year in a couple of days. And hope you enjoyed that. And then we're going to get to work in 2025. All right. So let me go into this visual aid. All right. This is when we're talking about fifth, sixth, and seventh dimension. Let me go to my new screen. All right. So now, what first, second, and third Now, when you start dealing with your fourth dimension, all right, and we're going to get into your fourth dimension, but this is what your third dimension looks like. It deals with your length, width, a magical dimension, or your ancestral plane. All right, you'll hear people call it, your ancestral plane, your magical dimension. Now, you also will hear people say that it deals with time. Now, I've had somebody to argue this. They'll say that it doesn't deal with time, but in your fourth dimensional beings, and then I'm going to minimize this, but your fourth dimensional beings are going to have the ability to traverse time. So let me give you an example. I'm going to give you a quick example of what I'm speaking of. So here's a box. Let me go back to the full shot. Go back to the full shot. Let me see if I can go back. All right. All right, so here's a box. And there is an item in this box. A fourth dimensional being I'm getting a message to turn on my mic. Which mic? All right, give me 1 second. Let me turn my mic on. All right. I'm still learning how to use this. Here we go. No. All right. There's got to be a happy medium here. There's got to be a happy medium here where I don't. It's on. All right, the mic is on, so I don't know. All right. So you all probably missed everything I said if you're on YouTube concerning first, second, and third dimension. So let me recap. Okay. First dimension would be your line, okay, which is your x-axis. Second dimension would be your length and height. Right, so this when you have x-axis and then y-axis, so that gives you two axes. That would be your second dimension. Third dimension would be your depth. Okay, so it's kind of like if I look at this box, this, line would be the width. That's first and second. The height would be your second dimension, and then your depth here is your third dimension. All right, so this gives you a third dimensional object. Now, going into the fourth dimension, which is sometimes known as the ancestral plane. It also is known as that magical plane. And you notice you don't hear people saying, hey, we're going to the fourth dimension. No, that's like, we're going to the fifth dimension. All right, you don't hear people saying that, and we're going to go into why. Why is it called the ancestral plane? This is the place where it's stated that the ancestors reside, meaning when your vessel expires, again, the spirit doesn't expire. It goes into that ancestral plane, and in that ancestral plane, it deals with time. And I've heard people say, oh no, it doesn't deal with time. And I want to give an example, because those in the ancestral plane, they could see what's in this box as fourth dimensional beings, because they can traverse time, a timeline. They can traverse it. So they know what's in this box. All right. So I want to give an idea and an understanding of that. If I can, let me see with my tech guy. Can I use this? If I can use my visual aids. All right, so let me go into this. Okay. So I want to show this video. Okay. And if I all right, now I'm getting a message that StreamYard can't see. Let's see. Let me see if I can get this thing down with StreamYard. That's because I got kicked out of StreamYard. Okay. Give me 1 second, YouTube or TikTok, if you're still with me. Give me 1 second. Let me try to get back in here and all right. All right, so yeah, so I got kicked out of StreamYard. And we're back. All right, so let me try to get through this so I can get out of here. Here's the deal. Fifth, sixth, first, second, and third dimension is what we're dealing with. I've recapped this 10 times. Is my camera even working? Okay, so back on this, I want to show you again, a fourth dimensional being is going to be able to see what's in this box. Why? Because they can traverse time. That's basically what that fourth dimension is dealing with. And then we're going to deal with why we don't care to get stuck in that fourth dimension. Okay, so watch this now. When you're seeing a box there, if I'm traversing the timeline, if it works, okay, I'm traversing this timeline. I'm going back. and pulling from the beginning what happened with this box. This is a timeline. If you see this line at the bottom here. So in this, I'm going to hit play. And because I can traverse this timeline, I can see what's actually in the box. Being recognizes that time is not relevant in that realm. And so now, because I was able to traverse the timeline, I know what's in it. That's what a fourth dimensional being can do. It can traverse timelines. So going back to this, now we can see what's in the box. But you knew that because we could traverse time. All right. That's the fourth dimension. Okay. Hope we understanding that. Now I want to go into the fifth dimension, sixth dimension, seventh dimension, and understand what's going on with those dimensions and how we can affect them. What is the fifth dimension, and how does it play a role with what we see in creating our universe and our third dimension that we're looking at? All right. So when we're talking about your fifth, sixth, and seventh dimension, so going back to this point here. All right, your 3D universe, length, width, and depth. And that's dealing with all going into the fifth dimension. Now we start to deal with actions. And each one of these is representative. First of all, this line is representative of a timeline. It represents a different universe. Universes here represent axis dealing with your actions. So let me give an example and understanding, because now we start to get into what a multiverse is, where there are many different universes, parallel universes right next to each other, and understanding how we constantly shift in and out of different parallel universes depending on particular things that we do, whether it be our actions, our vibratory frequencies, or our beliefs. And we're going to get into that. So right now we're dealing with actions. And along this axis, this is going to be which one of these particular multiverses you end up in is going to depend on how all of the elements in that universe show up for you. So let me, like I said, give an example. Now, this would be on the positive side of this axis. There's a negative side, if you will. We don't deal in that because we want to make sure all of our actions are positive. So we don't even put them up on the screen. However, let me just go into this. Let's say, for example, you're here in this particular universe, and all of these different parallel universes are around you, and you can tap into them based on what actions you put out. Now, this goes up to 10, but it really it goes into infinity. There are 10, and then there's an infinite amount of universes between each one of these. All right, but we just represented it in units of in a unit of 10. All right, so let's say you're here at this unit and somebody comes up to you and they ask you for help to hey, I'm lost, I need some help getting to this place. Now depending on how you respond, what your actions are, that's going to determine how every other person in your universe shows up. So what I need to make this clear is your actions is what's going to determine how other people treat you in the future. So if you're kind to this person and you say, hey, don't worry about it. I tell you what, I want you to follow me because I'm going there. I'll take you there myself. And you take the time and you show this person to where they got to go. Well, you put out a positive energy. And so everybody else in your universe, when you need help, they've got to show up the same way you showed up for that person who showed up in your dimension. Now, let's say you decide, I don't have time not right now. I got stuff to do and I'm busy. I got place to be, and you don't help them or you giving them a negative energy. Well, then everybody in your dimension, you have shifted with that particular action. You shifted your dimension and where you end up. So let's, for example, when we're talking about actions, when you're saying, hey, I want to be healthier. I want to be able to move faster or do certain things. I don't care for my body to be in pain. All right. What actions are you putting forth to end up in a higher dimension? Because when you're healthier, your dimension is higher as opposed to when you stay sick all the time. So what actions are you putting out? When you wake up, are you eating cake and donuts and biscuits in the morning? Or you wake up and you go and are you working out? Are you drinking water? Or are you drinking Coca-Cola, Sprite? What are you eating? Um, how are you when you wake up? Are you waking up fussing and angry? Or are you getting thanks? All of these have to do with your actions and where you end up in whatever dimension that you care to be in. All right. So I need to say this again concerning these multi dimensions. So let's say that you were walking down the sidewalk and you're ready to cross the sidewalk and go to the other side of the street, and you almost step off that curb and get hit by a bus. Okay, in a multi-dimension, that bus got you, but your energies are going to determine whether or not that bus gets you or not. That again is actions. Whatever actions you put out are going to determine what shows up in your third dimension. All right, so now we're talking about the fifth, sixth, and seventh dimension. We're learning how to use our fifth, sixth, and seventh dimension to control what shows up in our third dimension. This is important. You become a higher dimensional being, then you learn how to control what's going on in your third dimension. All right. So now we're getting into the sixth dimension, vibratory frequency. All right. And again, you see all these multiverses pop up. These are different universes depending on what your actions are and your vibratory frequency is. That's going to determine which one of these dimensions you end up in or accessing. Now, if you are putting out certain actions and your vibratory frequency is high, then you can access a higher dimension. However, again, this is a mathematical grid, very much like this whole universe is based on numbers. And again, we're dealing in this quadrant here, this upper quadrant, because we don't deal in all this. Everything we're doing is positive. So your vibratory frequency, it is dealing with, and we've done this before. We have the vibratory frequency chart, which I showed earlier. With the vibratory frequency, the question is, are you in control of it? Do you allow somebody to come in and say something and you get upset and you're disappointed the whole day? Or do you know how to bring yourself back up? Remember, if you're operating in any of these lower vibratory frequencies out here, you're not operating in your right mind. So you're not going to manifest what you're looking to manifest. Uh, you're wanting to be, I want to be healthier. I care to make sure my body is not ailing. Well, first of all, what are your actions? If your actions are up here, you're eating properly, all right, then you can access this higher realm of universe here. Then, if your mentality is proper, if you're waking up, you're giving gratitude, you're showing gratitude, you're dealing with people who are in a higher vibratory frequency, you have a higher level of thinking. Okay, now you can access these dimensions on the higher level. We can access this, but that deals with your actions and your vibratory frequency. And once again, these are the things that help us to control what's going on in our third dimension. Now we're talking about the seventh dimension. Okay, that's our beliefs. And this is for lack of a better term, because for me, I know it's KNOWS. And so with this, we're dealing with, for example, you are having an issue, and the doctor is telling you, oh, well, you got 2 weeks to live, and you believe it, then you have gone into it. And that's exactly where you're going to end up being. So you're seeing these different levels of multi-dimensions and how you determine which one of these dimensions you show up in based on your actions, your vibratory frequency, or your belief. So if your belief is that no, we're never going to be able to do it, and the doctor said we're not going to be here, well then, if that's what you believe, then that's the dimension that you can access. You cannot access third dimensions. All of these are different multi third dimensions that you have the ability to access depending on your actions, vibratory frequency, and your beliefs, or what I call your nodes. So we have the ability to control our third dimension once again when we start recognizing and controlling our actions, vibratory frequency, and beliefs. Okay, so I hope you all are hearing that, because as we walk into this third dimension, we go into a third this excuse me, as we go into 2025. I tell you what, we've been walking in it since this 2019 thing. It started then, and now we're in it now, and I'm giving you that chart so that you can have a full understanding of the importance of controlling your actions, your vibratory frequency, and your beliefs. Do not let people keep telling you, oh, this is what's going to happen, and oh, you're going to have to. You want to be very careful about that. Be careful about what you're watching. Some of these television shows, they're geared to help you manifest a negative vibratory frequency. They are geared to help you do that. So when you keep watching it, especially horror movies, especially horror films, when you keep watching that, you're allowing somebody to feed your mind. First of all, it's bad action. Second of all, it's a lower vibratory frequency. And then third, they're putting a belief in your mind. They're feeding you. Tell lie vision. They're telling lies to your vision. Don't allow people to keep telling lies to your vision. We're going to the next level. We're in the next level. We're walking in the next level. 2025. All right. All the way live, baby. 2025, all the way live. Because 2024 was wonderful. Wonderful. We're going to do it even bigger in 2025. Once again, you have the right to determine what your third dimension looks like. You've got the right to determine how you show up and how the beings in your third dimension show up. You won't want to get stuck in the fourth dimension. Why? See, some of us are tapped in because the ancestors on the ancestral plane, they talk. They've been talking. They try to communicate. But everybody is not on the frequency to be able to hear that. But as you start tapping in, getting your actions right, your vibratory frequency right, you can hear. And not only that, you have the opportunity to control what your third dimension looks like. So, we're at that point. We got millionaires in the class. All right. We've got students. We're going on to very big projects, not just a multi-family unit, but a whole city. And in order to get to that level, you got to have it up here in your mind. You got to believe it. You got to see it. So one person's truth, their truth is going to be, well, no, because everything get ready to get shut down and they get ready to take over and they get ready to do this. And then you got other people's truth that is, no, we're building our own nations. All right. Our own land. Listen, I need y'all to understand this too. There's all this fight over the land. You don't have to fight. You don't have to fight. Right? It really doesn't belong to anybody, but you don't have to fight. Yes, the original people, so-called people who walking around calling themselves black and colored and Negro, they were the original Indians. Okay, we get it. But there's a time, this is that time now. You don't have to fight. So I'm letting you know that there is a shift. I've been talking to you about the shift for quite some time. There is a shift. You're not going to have to fight like this. Everything that you desire will be yours. Again, those fifth, sixth, and seventh dimension, get those in order. Fifth, sixth, and seventh, get those in order. Actions, vibratory frequency, and beliefs, get those in order. And everything that is supposed to show up in your third dimension will. You're not going to have to fight for land, not for money. You're going to be peaceful. You're going to have everything that you desire when those things are in order. That's what we are. All right. So I want y'all to know 2025 is coming in all the way live. All right. We're going to do we are doing already bigger and better things. If you all are interested in joining the university, find the link in the bio. We have a link tree. It's in the bio, also in the description area. And we want you to join it. All right. Become a part of what we're doing. All right. When we're talking about, universities, when we're talking about being able to have your own community, all right, we're talking about whole entire cities. That's what we're talking about. All right, so we want you to be a part of that. All right, join us. We're going to see you all in 2025. UNA University, for those of y'all who are enrolled starting January the 13th, we're starting up January 13th. We have 2 wonderful classes. All right. And I'm going to tell you what they are. One of them is self-mastery. We'll always get into self-mastery and learning the importance of mastering self. And that starts with what I just spoke about, 5th, 6th, 7th dimension, understanding how to control your energies to develop the third dimension that you're looking for. Also, we've got tax, all right, tax and credit, where we're dealing with that whole deal about how you're supposed to get all your money back. All your money back. All right, we're dealing with taxes. Also, we're dealing with credit and how to use your credit, to leverage it, to manipulate it. So we show you how to walk on the private side and on the public side. Okay, this what's important that I need to say here as I get ready to close out. We show people how to make money, all right, and how to receive the funds that they're looking for back. But it's very important that you have, especially when I talk about the fifth, sixth, and seventh dimension, it's important you have those in order, because we've had some people who didn't, all right? And if you don't know how to control those elements in your life, it's going to be difficult for you to hold on to anything, all right? It's going to be very difficult to hold on to anything if you're not controlling those elements in your life. So once you get those things in order, everything will find you. That's what's so interesting about it. All right, not having those things in order makes it very difficult for you to receive the abundance that you're looking for. But once you get those elements in order, fifth, sixth, and seventh dimension, your actions, vibratory frequency, and beliefs, once you get those in order, everything starts finding you. All right. So I want y'all to know, listen, we got a great, great, great year coming up as we top off this excellent year we've already had. We want you all to join us in the universe. And want you to know I love you. Diva Lyri, I'm ready to be out, and bye-bye. Oh, I'm sorry. Give me a hug. I don't have my music. I miss my music. Let me see if I can get my music up here. I can't get my music. I love you. Give me a hug. Bye-bye.